Hey, what's up everybody? How's everyone doing out there today? Welcome back to Wildcat MTG. And today, before we kind of move off of Innistrad, because we have Aether Drift mere days away already, it's almost pre-release time for Aether Drift. And we've done a few boxes of Innistrad Remastered as collector boxes. But before we move away from Innistrad, I really wanted to try at least one Playbooster box. At this point, I've drafted the set. Gosh, I think I've drafted this set 3 or 4 times. I've played in like 2 sealed events, which there's no pre-release kits for, so it's just 6 packs. But when you're drafting it, or you know, I'm not like paying attention to, you know, what Mythics came out of it or whatever else. Like I'm focused on building a deck. So I really wanted to try at least one Playbooster box and kind of get a feel for these. Hopefully we pull some fun stuff today. I also wanted to wait at least a couple of weeks until the product was kind of out and singles had flooded the market before we started talking about things like pricing. So we will do a little bit of that today. And with that being said, why don't we go ahead and dive on in and let's crack some packs. So the Innistrad Playboosters, you get a full complement of 36 packs. Right now, these boxes are about $165 plus tax, which is, I think, fair for like a specialty product. You know, I think the one thing we're going to experience is, you guys have probably watched some of the collector box openings versus the Playbooster boxes. I think I have a feeling that Playbooster boxes are going to look considerably tamer in comparison. The collector packs, you know, for whatever it's worth, have been really juiced. And rightfully they should be for the price of that product. But you know, it's Mythics galore. It's all the biggest hits, and I obviously just don't think you can do that in a Playbooster. But a lot of cool stuff. I do think it is a Mythic heavy product. There is some value in the rares, but I mostly think that you're leaning on like the playability. There's a lot of playable rares in the set that are not necessarily valuable rares, if that makes sense. But I have thoroughly enjoyed it. Nice little Delver. Thoroughly enjoyed the draft, the limited experience in general. Drafting has been really fun, and sealed has been pretty cool too. All right. Stensia Masquerade. Our first rare is Spell Queller. I like me some Spell Queller. Into a Ghoul Tree as a retro frame. So I do think we get like 1 retro frame per pack. So we've got a little Ghoul Tree and then an uncommon Soul Cipher board. And then land and token. Okay. At this juncture, you know, we have seen, you know, again, because the Mythic or the collector boxes are pretty juiced. You know, the biggest hits have taken a price hit. This is a reprint, 100% reprint set, right? So there's nothing new in it, which means you're just adding copies to a market that already exists, as opposed to, hey, this is a first printing of a card. All right. Covetous Castaway. Rare is, hey, Overground Farmland. So, like, this is an example. I think the slow lands, very playable commander lands. And yet they're, like, probably a few bucks a piece. I think maybe the most valuable one is, like, the Shattered Sanctum or something along those lines. Maybe a Sundown Pass at, like, 3 to 4. Deathcap Blade, something like that. Like, $4 to $6, like, on the top end. But that doesn't mean that they're not good cards, because they're very playable. All right, Chalice of Life in the retro frame. And then a Gather the Townsfolk. There's our landed token. So at this point, we have seen, you know, a lot of value come down. But like Edgar's still at the top. I think any copy of Edgar for a base copy is still going to be upwards of $40 to $45, which, you know, in comparison to where Edgar was at, is quite the fall. But you know, I have a feeling we had a very short time with Innistrad Remastered, right? I think maybe 2 to 3 weeks of it before we're on Aether Drift. Mass Hysteria, that's kind of a good rare. I kind of like that card. I'll put that up top. Oh, hey, and a Borderless Rooftop Storm, a card I very much enjoy. Not like super valuable, maybe only a couple of bucks, but as somebody who enjoys a good zombie deck, I'm there for it. I'm here for it. All right, Priest, Alchemist Greeting. There's our rare and token. But of course, you've got, besides Edgar, you've got Meathook Massacre, you've got Avacyn, you've got things like Craterhoof Behemoth and Emrakul. I personally would love to pull an Emrakul. I pulled a few copies for patrons. I have pulled none copies for myself. So, would be psyched to pull one of those. Of course, you know, I'm not going to thumb my nose at things like Edgar or Meathook Massacre or Avacyn for that matter. Hey! All right, it's not the Avacyn, it's not Angel of Hope, but it is still Archangel Avacyn, and she is still pretty sweet. I'd also like to pull Gisela, right? Flips into the Avacyn, the Purifier, sort of evil Avacyn, but that's still a pretty fun mythic. Not bad, and a few bucks. I think, I don't know, for regular, gosh, I might be wrong. It could be in like the $10 range. All right, travel preparations, Subjugator Angel in the foil, and a foil island after that. The token. So interesting, the foil island did replace the regular island slot. Oh, so bonus value, I guess? I don't know. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. Decent first mythic. There are some, of course, it is any product, is some, any set. Oh, sweet, Blood Artist. There's a couple $1 uncommon. There's some Womp Womp mythics. There's plenty of them in this set as well. All right, Graph Rats. I have successfully melded this cat card in limited, and it was great. All right, Hopeful Initiate. Oh, hey, sweet. So we have a retro frame. Lysa the Forgotten Archangel. Is it Lisa? I don't know. But fun card. I'll put that up top as a card just that I enjoy. Traveler's Amulet. And our clue plus land. Excuse me. I also wouldn't mind pulling a Grizzlebrand. I don't think I have any of those for myself. Excuse me. Another Delver. Sweet. Not like, again, as far as like uncommons and commons are concerned, you do have things like Blood Artist and like, Delver's worth a buck or two. Not a ton of value, but there are some cards that do have a little bit of value to them in the commons and uncommons. But again, largely mythic heavy. Conjurer's Closet. You know what? Conjurer's Closet might be one of those cards that's worth a few bucks. It was prior to the reprint. I think it was like an $8 to $10 card. That's definitely not going to be the case now. Now it might be back into the more like the $2 or $3 range at the moment, but still a sweet card. All right, Brambleworm. Hey, Foil Delver. That's probably a buck or two. Well, that's probably a couple of bucks because I think the regular Delver is like $1.50, just as a regular common. Of course, if you pull like I think regular Delver's like, I'm thinking of the retro frame. I think regular Delver is like, I don't know, just below $1. I think the retro frame Delver is like $1.50, and then if you happen across a retro frame foil Delver, I think those are still like 12 bucks. All right, they were like 20 when the set first came out because retro frame Delvers is like the first printing. Slayer of the Wicked. Hey, Overcharged Amalgam, cool. Another good zombie card. Great if you enjoy zombie decks, this set is for you. Oh, cool. Foil rare, Shipwreck Marsh. As far as foil rares are concerned, I will not thumb my nose at a foil slow land, Shipwreck Marsh. Actually, prior to what did these get reprinted? They got reprinted in like some of the Commander sets, right? Like Doctor Who and Fallout and things like that, right? But I think some of them were really, really expensive prior to that reprint. Again, they are good playable cards. All right, Stromkirk, Occultist, Slayer of the Wicked, Grizzled Angler. Rare is Resto Angel. Sure, love me some Restoration Angel. Into Slayer of the Wicked as the retro frame. And, another second foil rare already. We have a second Harvest. Second foil rare, second Harvest. All right. Probably about 4 packs left in this first column here. Nothing super significant yet, but a lot of ball game left. All right, Griff Spoon, Blade Stitch Scab, Forbidden Alchemy. There's a Mythic, Through the Breach. Interesting as a Mythic. So, like, I will take more copies of Through the Breach. I think this is, like, a couple bucks right now, so not a big value hit. Simultaneously, like, Through the Breach is such a good card and sees play, so I don't feel awful about it. You'd like to see it worth a couple more than a couple of bucks, but I'm also strangely not, like, upset about that, right? Fiery Temper. And Token Land. Okay. I'm curious to see what the Mythic count is. The Mythic count in the collector boxes is pretty ridiculous. Like, I think it's like average of like, feels like 10. These are probably going to be more tame than that, like around, I don't know, maybe 6 to 6-ish, like 5 to 7. All right, Soul Separator, Moorcut Banshee, Archghoul of Thriven, Smoldering Werewolf, extremely good card in this limited environment. Distended Mindbender, Ecstatic Awakener as the retro frame, and Siege Zombie, Mountain Mountain art card. All right, 2 packs left in this first column. All right, Prison by the Moon, sure. Splinter Fright downgraded to uncommon is pretty good for the set. Splinter Fright, Lightning Axe, Lumberknot, Town Gossipmonger. Rare is Falconwrath Gorger. Each fire empire you control those metaphysics madness. Oh, all right. Yeah, 1 for a 2/1. I mean, funny. Demonic Taskmaster, Groundskeeper, foil uncommon, and a foil mountain to go with, followed by the Eldrazi Horror. All right, last pack of the first column. Here we go. Appears we might have some sort of borderless card back there. Wandering Mine, Fury Blade Vampire. Pretty good and limited, I think. Hey, is another Shipwreck Marsh. And for me, like, collector boxes, I found the lands to be very scarce because there's no borderless versions, right? And whether you think that's a good or bad thing, that means it's not taking up any of those slots, and there's no retro frame. So it was really only the pack foil slot. Like, collector boxes is not typically where I want to be pulling my slow lands. So getting a bunch of them in Playbooster boxes is, I think, a much more enjoyable experience. Followed a double rare pack. So we've got another Shipwreck Marsh, followed by the Mayor of Aberruck, into Butcher Ghoul, Disciple. No, there was no. Just kidding on the borderless. All right. That was the end of the first column. 3 lands, couple of mythics, no big hitters there. But again, like, Through the Breach is not a card that I mind having. And Archangel's probably a few bucks. It's definitely not the Archangel. It's not the Avacyn you want, right? All right. We have ourselves an Infernal Grasp, which is still a very high-end uncommon. Honeymoon Hearse. Chalice of Life. The rare is a Dreamroot Cascade. Sure. How about our 4th land of the box? You know what? If this ends up being like a 7-land box, I'm not even going to be upset about it. Oh, hey, hello. There we go. There's a mythic. There's a mythic we want to see. Retro Frame Edgar Markov. Let's go. As I mentioned, Edgar is still the top of the food chain right now. I want to say the Retro Frame is like, again, I think they're all about 40 to 45 bucks, whether it's the showcase, the regular, or the Retro Frame. So that is still a dynamic hit for us. Perfect. That will go a long way for this box. Shrill Howler. And there's a foil land, another foil land, foil plains. But we are on the scoreboard in a big way with the Retro Frame Edgar. That is excellent. All right. So aside from Edgar being the biggest hit, again, if I were getting super greedy, I would love to see an Emrakul come out of this box, just because I don't have any of the Promised End Emrakuls for myself. But needless to say, I'm pretty psyched about Edgar. Spider Spawning, which is an incredibly good card still. In limited. All right, Cackling Counterpart. Rare. Odric. Lunarch Marshal. Yeah, not a great card, but boy, if unchecked in limited and if you have, keyword soup going in your deck, I got absolutely destroyed by Odric in a sealed event. If you don't have an answer, out of hand very quickly. Okay, Spectral Shepherd, Blood Mist, pretty decent. Dusk Watch Recruiter, also pretty decent. Rare is Mausoleum Wanderer. Invasion of Innistrad. Hilarious. Flash, sure, okay. Yeah, all right, a little Tragic Slipish, that's kind of cool. A Battle, you know what, I'm going to put it up on top because I don't really have any copies of that, so I'm fine with that. Think Twice in the Retro Frame. Morbid Opportunist, very good uncommon. Perfect way to stock up on these with the reprint in this. And this is just a very, very good card. Gold stamp card. What is this? Cryptolithrite, sure. All right, keeping it moving. Kind of forgot that this is like a... after opening 12 packs regularly, I kind of forgot this is 36. So we're going to pick it up a little bit now that we've seen most of the kind of the layouts of the pack, right? All right. Ambitious Farmhand. Next Mythic is Chandra Dressed to Kill. Not a Mythic we want to see. Chandra had her heyday at one point. I think when this was back in Standard, there was a point where it shot up to like $15 or something like that. Now, it's relegated to $1 or $2. Retro Frame, Lightning Axe. Pretty good. Logger, and that will do it there. Okay. I guess we talked about Mythics a lot. There are some rares like Hermit Druid, which is, I think, the first reprint of this card. Not even from Innistrad, from what I gather. But I think regular Hermit Druid is still like $8-9. Hey, Showcase Blood Artist. That's pretty sweet. So the Showcase Blood Artist is a couple of bucks. It's an uncommon, but still, it's Blood Artist. And a Showcase version. Alright, Stitcher's Graft as the rare. Ambitious Farmhand as the Retro Frame. We haven't seen a lot of action out of that Retro Frame, right? Like, a lot of uncommons and things. I guess we did get the Forgotten Archangel. We got Lysa. What I really would like to see come out of that is like a Crater Hoof or a Snapcaster Mage, if I'm being honest. Alright, Thermo Alchemist, Faith Unbroken, Stencia Masquerade again. Rare is Tamio's Journal, sure. Into Wretched Griff in the Retro Frame. That's kind of cool. I do think the Eldrazi, the colorless borders look pretty sweet. Uncaged Fury and a foil island to go with our Arlen Embraced by the Moon token. Alright. First uncommon is Join the Dance. And then we've got Indulgent Aristocrat, which is actually still pretty good. Alright, Aberrant Researcher. Rare is, sure, another Forgotten Archangel. I haven't seen a ton of duplication in this box, but we're about halfway through it, so I guess we're kind of destined for some. Faithless Looting is a foil uncommon. Faithless Looting, good in basically every format. It's great in Limited, it's great in Constructed, it's great in Commander, it's great. Happy to see it unbanned, I think, in Modern. It does feel like it opened things back up again. All right, Lupine Prototype, Demonic Taskmaster, Laboratory Maniac. For an uncommon that typically carries value of like $5 or $6, or let's call it between $4 and $6. Great time to pick these up now. Oh, hey, Handwire Garrison. I'm going to be happy about this because I have a couple of the battlements, and I've wanted to try those out together for some time. So, half of a meld card. We'll see if we get the other one. All right. Looks like we got about 4 packs left in this middle column. Edgar, by far, our best hit of the box. It's been kind of tough sledding outside of that, if we're being honest. Although, again, I'll kind of emphasize, like, it's just as far as playables concerned, this set brings a ton of playables. If you're thinking about things like Delvers and Laboratory Maniacs, Bedlam Reveler, a card that is also still quite good and limited. Okay. Oh no! Drop the pack. Alright. Here we go. Got ourselves a Voldaren Ambusher. Lingering Souls. Great card. Deadly Allure. Twin Blade Geist. Rare is Heartless Summoning. I don't really have any copies of this, and I'm pretty sure I can find some use for it. Sever the Bloodline as a Retro Frame. Solid uncommon for sure. Essence Flux as a foil uncommon. Actually does have a little bit of value to it, the Essence Flux. Alright, 2 packs. Other valuable rares. I talked about Hermit Druid, I guess. Cathar's Crusade is one. Captivating Vampire. Pretty good time for picking one of those up. Alright. Cobbled Lancer. Howlpack Resurgence. Rare is... Speak of. There we go. There's one of those good rares. Very nice. The Cathar's Crusade. Again, I think Cathar's Crusade is like traditionally like a 5, 6, maybe even more. And very affordable right now. Closer to, $4 to $5. Zealous Conscripts as a borderless. Don't hate that. That's cool. And a Village Rites as the retro frame, Village Messenger, Foil Swamp, and that will do it there. Last pack of the middle column. Pulled an Edgar in this column very early on. That helps a lot. Saw another Essence Flux in there. And like I said, between like Delvers and Essence Flux and some of the other good stuff, like you'll, in one of these boxes, you'll have a pretty good chance to pick up playsets of them. Ghoul Tree, Lumberknot. Rare is, oh yeah, hey, there we go. As somebody who actually always wanted to play with this card a little bit more, but didn't have any copies, and when it was really in its heyday, it was pretty expensive, so I didn't want to buy them. Sweet time to pull and pick up Thing in the Ice. Enjoy that card. Oh, enjoy that card quite a bit. Interrupted by the retro frame Crater Hoof Behemoth. Let's freaking go. That is awesome. So Crater Hoof is just like a finisher, right? Like that is a finisher for green. I think the retro frames are like $25 right now. That is absolutely brilliant. Huge, huge, huge. Super happy to have pulled that. Let's go. Let's go. All right, Wretched Griff. And that will do it there. Won't cover up Edgar. But boy, oh boy, you know what? I'm just going to put that over there. I think this is closer to what I think. Nope. Something like that. Okay. But now with Edgar and Craterhoof, hey, looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. We are at 4 lands. A lot of good playables in here. All right, last column of the box. Middle column brought us a Craterhoof and in the retro frame and an Edgar in the retro frame. Dig that very much. Okay. Asylum Visitor, which has been pretty good for me in Limited. Archghoul again. Neglected Heirloom. The rare is an Eldritch Evolution. Sweet. Very playable card. We'll take that. Abundant Maw in the retro frame. And a Makeshift Mauler. Common, foil common after that. All right. So we are at 5 Mythics. Kind of was thinking it would probably be between 5 and 7. Getting that we're just entering the last column of the box. Feels like we might be live for 1 to 2 more. Love me some Faithless Looting. All right, Noose Constrictor, Geistlight Snare, Biolume Egg. Rare is Vanquish the Horde in the Border. So we're getting a 3rd borderless rare, which I was very interested to see what that looks like in these packs. They're, of course, all over the place in the collector packs. Just the borderless treatments in general, I mean. Lunarch Veteran as a retro frame, and a Lupine Prototype. That's the foil uncommon, and then our land token. Interesting. Okay. Lightning Mauler, Mausoleum Guards, Summary Dismissal. Rare is Haunted Ridge. We're back on the board with another land, so that is our 5th land in this box. One of them being a foil. Nebulist Ghast. Guardians. Lightning Token. Lightning Art card. All right. Grizzly Ghoul. Butcher's Cleaver. Cathar's Call. Rare is Sundown Pass. Sure. You know what? As I mentioned, I'm not upset about pulling lands. Ancestral Anger in the retro frame, and then a Village Rites, and our land token. So 6 lands in the box. I'd rather do it here than in the collector boxes. So I'm okay with stocking up on lands here. All right, join the dance. Ulvenwald Mysteries. I wouldn't mind as a rare Cryptolith Rai. I don't have any of those. Here come the lands. Here comes the lands. This is Rockfall Vale. Ulvenwald Mysteries, this time in the retro frame. And foil common and emblem and land. So we have 4. Yep, 7 lands. Sure. I'm super excited about that Craterhoof and that Edgar, though. Okay. Angel's Tomb, Killing Wave, Burning Vengeance. Rare is Collective Defiance. It's decent. Hey, Wedding Announcement. I know Wedding Announcement isn't like $10 anymore. It's probably only a couple of bucks now, but That is still a super good rare. Oh, hey, hello. And a third retro frame mythic in this box. This is the Bloodline Keeper. That is not bad. Not bad at all. Probably not, it's not, one of our bigger hits in the set, but Bloodline Keeper was, prior to the reprint, actually a pretty expensive card, and I'm going to wager to say it's probably still in the, $7, $8 range now. So that is a sweet hit. That is not bad at all. It flips into the Lord of Lineage. That is cool. Eaten Alive, foil Eaten Alive. All right, once again, I don't want to cover up Edgar, or our Crater for that matter, so we'll throw the Bloodline Keeper there. Okay, I don't mind that as a mythic. All right. Here we go. Travel Preparations. Ghoulish Procession. Neglected Heirloom. Rare is Captivating Vampire. Also a rare that I do not mind pulling. Oh! A fourth retro frame mythic of the box. Holy moly. Okay. It's Lily. And you know what? Lily's not bad. Lily's not bad at all. I think retro frame Lily is probably still going to be in the $10 to $15 neighborhood. So that's pretty sweet. Love that. That pops. That definitely pops. All right. Watch Keep. Planes. That will do it there. Wow. Look at this assortment of retro frame mythics. That is pretty sweet. And that does bring us up to 7 mythics as well. So it looks like we have, about 5 packs left. I got to feel pretty good about this box overall. Ton of playables. Some really good high-end mythics. Not upset. All right. Soul Separator. Mausoleum Guard. Corpse Trawler. Trill Howler. Decimator of Provinces. Oh, the boar. +2/+2 and trample. It itself has trample and haste. I actually like this one. I think that's pretty decent. Grapple with the pass. Abundant growth. Land token. All right. 4 packs left. I have to admit, and I think I've said this in a couple of my collector box openings. Hey, Morbid Opportunist. Again, that's great. Triskaidekaphobia. Oh, you know what? Temporal Master. It's not going to be one of our higher end mythics, but I actually don't have any copies of this. So I'm actually totally cool with picking up one of these because, again, I think it's pretty neat. Pretty neat. It's probably a few bucks, but still. Again, I kind of feel like the same about this as I do as like Through the Breach is like, I'm not unhappy. It may not be a valuable mythic and you wouldn't want it soaking up all your mythic spots, but I'm also not like unhappy about pulling and having copies of this. Blood Mist as a retro frame. Oh, sweet. Actually, foil showcase Blood Artist. This is probably a few bucks. I'm going to say in the neighborhood of like $3 to $4. I don't really count it in here because it's an uncommon, but that is not bad at all. Foil showcase Blood Artist. Anyway, so 3 packs left. I was saying is like, I didn't really have high expectations for Innistrad Remastered. The collector boxes are insanely fun to open. They really, really are. It's been a blast to draft and play in sealed. Like, I feel like it's been, other than TSR, which for me is like the gold standard of the remastered sets, and I have some bias there because I just personally love that set. I think of the remastered sets, it's been the best limited experience aside from TSR. So better than Dominaria Remastered. Let's go. Let's go. All right, that is Avacyn. The Archangel Avacyn. Another one of those? That's really funny. Sure, it's probably a few bucks, and it's not the Angel of Hope, but it is another mythic. That is a weird duplication, but not unhappy with it. Oh, that's pretty funny. Hey, retro frame Memory Deluge. That's cool. Also not unhappy. Oh, foil Grizzlebrand. Wow. Okay, pretty good last few packs here. So Archangel and Memory Deluge and a foil Grizzlebrand, which I definitely wanted one of these in that pack. So, anyways, as I was saying, it's I think it's been a better limited experience than Dominaria Remastered and a better experience, much better experience than Ravnica Remasters, which is probably like my least favorite of the limited experiences for the remastered sets. This set has felt very, very cohesive and well put together as far as like a draft or sealed experience has been concerned. All right, 2 packs left. For the record, that puts us up to 10 mythics, which is not a mythic count I was expecting. Also wasn't expecting 2 Archangel Avacyns. Kind of wish one of those had been a hope, but not Sad about a foil Grizzlebrand, Subjugated Angel, Intangible Virtue, Restless Bloodseeker. How about a regular Grizzlebrand as well? Sure, why the heck not? Double Grizzlebrand. Essence Flux as a retro frame. Not upset about that. And Blood Petal Celebrant. Holy moly. Holy moly. Cool. Well, ask and you shall receive. I did get a bunch of the stuff that I was hoping to see out of this box. So either way, I'm pretty happy. I'm especially happy with double Grizzlebrand. All right, last pack. We'll wrap this thing up here. Young Wolf, pretty good. Yeah, Blood Tithe Harvester, obviously very playable. Very nice uncommon to have there. Angel's Tomb, Groundskeeper. Rare is Collective Brutality. Personally, big fan of that card. Followed by a Join the Dance in the retro frame. And a Triskaidekaphobia as a foil uncommon, followed by a foil Forest. So let's just talk about this real quick. So again, you know, $165 a box and a very mythic heavy product. Like you can't have a good box without good mythics. Like there's not enough value in the rares to like bring it home. You're like, oh, I pulled, you know, Teferi's Protections or Cyclonic Rifts. Like there's not enough value in the rares to make for a good box without good mythics. But I have seen, it feels like there's a pretty, like I was thinking like 5 to 7 mythics per play booster. I think this is above the curve with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11 mythics. Seems well above the curve. Obviously, they weren't all hits, but if you're going to give me 7 lands, an Edgar, a Craterhoof, a Lily, a Bloodline Keeper, and a couple Grizzlebrands, then it kind of doesn't matter what the rest of the mythics are, even though there's a couple of good ones over here too. I think value-wise, like this is probably a pretty good box. I don't think it's like I don't think it's you know, S tier, but I think it's probably a pretty good box, probably even above average. So that's just my guess. This is one of the play boosters opened as far as the box is concerned. I just wanted to check it out. It's been a really fun set. My hat's off. Like I think Wizards did a really good job with this set. So that's going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, do me a favor. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button for me, hit the like button for me, and by all means, drop me some comments. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much, everybody, and be well.